I'm Dr. Joseph. Can you hear and see me okay?
Dr. Joseph's day-to-day life looks much different than it did 5 years ago during the peak of COVID-19.
It was a dark time. All of us had patients who had passed away from the virus. All of us had friends that either passed away or were affected by it.
One of the biggest adjustments made during the pandemic, an increase in virtual visits with patients.
And from what I see, got sick a few days ago. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
He tells me that in 2019, the Baylor Scott and White reported only 59 televisits throughout the entire institution. That number would quickly change.
Then in April of 2020, at the height of the pandemic, we reached 156,000 video visits. So it grew exponentially.
During the pandemic, Joseph tells me doctors were able to treat patients from outside of the state. But that all ended once the COVID-19 legislation expired.
Now, the patient must be at least present in the state.
During 2020, controlled substances were also allowed to be filled without ever seeing patients in person, something else that also ended once the COVID legislation expired. Another big change, vaccinations.
Everybody was getting vaccinated. Usually the question that was asked to me in the clinics was, when can I get my vaccination?
According to the CDC, by the end of 2020, around 2 million people in the U.S. had received at least one dose of the vaccine. But now, the number of people getting vaccinated has dropped significantly, with only 23.1% of adults age 18 and up getting vaccinated in 2024.
The virus is still out there. It's still contagious. But it's not as virulent. In other words, it's not as deadly as it was when people were no longer immune.
Although it's been 5 years since our community first faced the challenges of COVID-19, Dr. Joseph tells me it's something he'll never forget.
In your time in healthcare, had you ever seen anything like COVID-19?
I have never seen anything like COVID-19. I've started working here in 1986. Before that, I worked at a county hospital. I did my training at the county hospital in Fort Worth. I've never seen anything as devastating as as the pandemic was, or anything that affected us personally as much.
And he's glad to see our community moving forward.
Excellent. If you don't get better, please let us or your primary care physician know. I hope you have a great day.